everyone, and welcome back to the United Star. We have another preview for you, and this time it is for that all important game against AC Milan. The tie is poised very delicately at 1-all. Milan probably have the advantage with that one away goal, and we are honored and privileged to have Goran here from AC Milan, Sweden. He is, of course, an AC Milan fan, and AC Milan Sweden is the official fan club of AC Milan in Sweden. So do check them out, give them a follow on Instagram, check out the amazing work they're doing. And also, if you are in Sweden, you can always visit them on post COVID, I guess. But Goran, let me get you straight into this. What does this tie mean now since it's 1-all? Do you think AC Milan take one step ahead into the next round because of the away goal?
Well, uh, I think that Milan has a very small advantage because of the away goal and because of we are playing at home in the second leg.
Mm-hmm.
But still, the advantage isn't ensuring for me at least, because I mean, United is a historical great club and they have very good players at the moment, so it's not over by far, and I think that we will see a very intense and fun game.
Absolutely. So now that you've said we'll see a very intense and fun game, what did you make of that first leg? Do you think Milan actually deserved sort of an advantage in terms of they deserved the win, or do you think in the end sort of Milan were lucky to get away with the draw, or do you think the draw was just about right?
uh, First of all, I think that we were lucky how the game turned out. It was not only luck, but of course it was luck that we scored that goal in Fergie time. But I think we deserved it.
Yeah.
I think that 1-1 result was uh, a fair score, because of course if United won by 1-0, it wouldn't be unfair, but I personally think that 1-1 is more fair for how the game uh, went on during the 90 minutes.
Absolutely, actually, now that you say that, and I completely agree with you. I think if anything, I think a 1-0 to United may have been not reflected sort of how Milan played. I think they played very well in that on that night, and we were obviously we got the goal, but I think we were always on the back foot, to be honest. Having said that, I think we had two very good opportunities in sort of Harry Maguire and Dan James, who could have scored those open goals, and then maybe we would have been talking about a 3-1 or possibly a 3-0 scoreline. But in terms of the football that was played, I don't think we were very good. In terms of the big chances, we had the sort of big chances, and I could maybe look back at that and say that maybe we could have killed the game in the first leg itself. But obviously it wasn't to be. And now, as you said, I think Milan obviously have the advantage. But the only sort of solace is that I don't think Milan or United have good enough defenses to sort of see out a 1-0 or a nil all kind of a game. So I am expecting in the goals in the second game as well. So, Guran, before I move on to sort of we move on to the next phase, I think what is important here is let's give an injury update to our viewers, because the last time we were missing a whole bunch of players. So, what is the injury update from Milan side? Is Rebic fit? Is Ibrahimovic fit? Is Theo Hernandez fit possibly?
Well, Rebic is fit because he was playing uh, the last minutes in the last game against Verona,
Mhm.
but against Napoli.
Napoli.
And but if he will play, I don't know. Maybe Pioli wants to rest him for the Serie A games. But in terms of injuries that I know, I try to uh, be updated with the injuries. Benacer is well,
Mhm.
but I don't think he's well enough to be a starter because he has been sidelined for so long,
Mm.
for quite some time. Zlatan will undergo some uh, checkups
Mhm.
during tomorrow,
Mhm. Mhm.
and so will Calabria as well.
Mm.
Uh, the other players, I haven't, I haven't had any luck finding how the injuries are and how serious they are.
Mm.
Chalanoglu won't play. That's almost for sure.
Mm.
Mandzukic is also sidelined,
Mm.
and I think Kier is very, very uncertain, but some say he's fit, some say he's not. So I don't really know about Kier.
Right. So, well, that's a thing. It's a great update, and I think a lot of Milan fans will be happy with the players returning. For the positive side, for Manchester United has released pictures of Edinson Cavani, Donny van de Beek, and Paul Pogba, who are all back and have traveled with the team. So I think who will travel with the team is what the news is coming out, and they're all fit to play the entire 90 minutes, is what people are saying. So I think that's fantastic from a Manchester United perspective. We yet don't know the extent of Martial's fitness, but at least if Pogba, Van de Beek, and Cavani are back, then we have a lot more attacking potency and a lot more attacking threat, which we'll probably need. So, Goran, having said that, like having told our fans what the injuries are, what do you think the predicted 11 is going to be for this game for AC Milan?
Uh, First of all, as a goalkeeper, that's a no-brainer. That's
Hmm.
Donnarumma, unless something out of the ordinary happens until the match time. As a right back, I think it will be uh, decided in the last minute, depending on Calabria's fitness.
Hmm.
If he's fit, I think he will start. If not, then I think Kalulu will play as a right back.
Hmm. Hmm.
At the left back, a very, very well known name in United circles, it's Dalot. He will almost certainly play as a left back. My personal question marks is the center backs.
Hmm.
We have three center backs or four center backs now, and it's impossible for me to say who will start. I mean, we got Romagnoli, we got Kchar, we got Tomori, and now Gabbia is also back, and he played the last game, and he was quite good.
Hmm.
So there is, you can flip a coin, and it's that is it. I think Romagnoli will start because he's our captain, but the other guy, I really don't know, and I can't predict anything. I mean, it's 2 days yet until game time, and
Hmm.
anything could happen.
Right.
Then on the center pitch, there will be Kessie and Meite.
Hmm.
Almost certain that that will be the case. And then uh, this is only predictions. So Selemakers, Krunic,
Hmm.
and Castillejo.
Right. Right.
And up front, there will be Leao.
Yeah. So I think that's a pretty comprehensive lineup, and like you said, there are a few options at centre back, and in sort of the right mid position is sort of also up in the air because Selemakis has not been particularly liked or preferred by the fans, as sort of I've read and seen of whatever I've little have seen of Milan this season. From a United perspective, I think Dean Henderson will start in goal. I think he will continue to play because I think David De Gea is out of quarantine now, but I think he'll play Premier League football directly. I don't think he'll play the Europa League. So Dean will be in goal. Maguire will obviously not get a rest because that's not what we do at United. So Maguire, Lindelof. I think Luke Shaw will actually start this game since we need to get a goal now. So I think Luke Shaw and Aaron Wan-Bissaka will start with Paul Pogba and McTominay, along with of course Bruno Fernandes. Edinson Cavani will play up front with Mason Greenwood on the right and Rashford on the left. I think that that's how Manchester United will line up. If Dan James and Mason Greenwood, one of them could actually play on the right, but I think personally I'd prefer to see Mason Greenwood there. But Goran, from this United team, also obviously we've seen them in the first leg. Who's sort of the one player that you'd be worried about? Who's the one threat that you'd be worried about?
Uh, Cavani is always a threat. I
Hmm.
mean, it doesn't matter if he's 150 years old. He has such a feeling for goals,
Hmm.
a little bit similar to one of the one of my favorites, Inzaghi.
Right, right.
I mean, he's a physical phenomenon. He's
Hmm.
strong, he's tall, so he's always a threat.
But Goran, when you're saying tall, strong, physical phenomenon, age, there is a certain player that comes to my mind who I hope for Manchester United's sake is not fit for come Thursday night. Because if Zlatan Ibrahimovic is fit, I think where defenders are going to have a handful. Because for however good Leao is, you know what you're going to get with him. It's a lot of pace and it's direct running. Zlatan Ibrahimovic is a he's the lion. He's gonna bully you. He's gonna run at you. He's gonna push you. He's gonna shove you. And
Yeah.
if Ibrahimovic is playing, we've got a whole other problem on our hands as a United fan. So I hope he's not fit to play on Thursday.
Uh, to be honest, even if he's fit to play, I don't think he will start. Uh, and that is a very, very big minus for AC Milan because Zlatan isn't just a threat offensively.
Yeah,
He makes the other players better.
yeah, he's a
He
leader.
sees, I mean, it's a different game when he's on the pitch. But I
Absolutely.
want to ask you one thing because I read that Rashford is, it's a question mark if he will play.
So it is a question mark because he had a bloated ankle, but considering the fact that he played the entire 90 minutes on the weekend, I'm assuming that he's fit enough because I mean, obviously, Ollie would have known that this game is more important and he would have taken him off at some point if he felt that he wasn't fit. So, in my opinion, Rashford is injured definitely, but I think he will play because of the sort of how important the game is for Manchester United. And that actually, Goran, is a great segue into my next question. What you have said, what I have said are fairly strong lineups. These are our first 11s. So is it fair to say that this is the only chance at a trophy for both these teams?
I'm sad to say, but yes. If you asked me 3 weeks ago, I would say no, because we were still in the Lo Scudetto race.
Hmm.
Now we have lost our chance to win the Scudetto.
Hmm.
I'm certain of it. It's very, very difficult. I mean, nothing is impossible,
Hmm.
but we have a much, much bigger chance to win the Europa League than the Scudetto.
I think that's fair for us as well. I think 1 month ago, there was an outside chance we could actually win the Premier League, maybe. But I think at this point it's either the FA Cup and the Europa League. And if we actually see one of the teams, if AC Milan or Manchester United gets knocked out this round, it obviously becomes better for the other team, because sort of AC Milan, Arsenal, Manchester United, these are the sort of teams that are Spurs, these are the teams that are favorites to sort of lift this trophy. So if
Yeah.
one of the teams gets knocked out, the other one obviously gets a bigger boost and a bigger advantage, because they become closer to being one of the favorites as well. So Goran, keeping that in mind, do you think, what is your prediction for this game? Do you think AC Milan will go through, or can Manchester United, do Manchester United have too much in their locker?
Uh, I I I can't say I think. I'll hope, of course, but this is a game that could end in any direction. It could be a 0-0. It could be a 4-4. It could be a 5-0. It could be a 0-4. I mean, it's impossible for me to say that one team is more favorite than the other. I would say in percentage, maybe 55-45 with to Milan, just because we have the away goal and we have the home advantage. But as soon as the match starts, the scale will tip either way.
Yeah,
So it's impossible to predict.
absolutely.
And
This tie is on a
for me,
knife's edge, Goran. This tie is on the knife's edge.
yeah, for me personally, I thought about this, and I think that the individual mistakes and the
Hmm.
individual skills
Yeah.
will decide the game. The team that has the least amount of crucial mistakes will, in the end, go through.
I think Quran, you've summed it up brilliantly, and I personally think, I while I think the away goal is an advantage for Milan, what I think is that the sort of coming sort of the re-emergence or the comeback of sort of the likes of Pogba and Cavani will add a lot of firepower to the United team. So that's why I would want to see if if the likes of Ibrahimovic and Theo Hernandez and Calabria, are they fit or are they not going to be fit? Because then if they are fit, then suddenly you're having a very even game. But I personally believe that if Pogba comes into the team and if Cavani comes into the team, I think United might just have that little extra push that they were missing last time in terms of quality. So that is where I personally believe Man United could exploit the sort of. I think Kessie is a very good midfielder, and he's obviously in the last game also he was fantastic. But I think if Pogba and Bruno both are playing, then it will be hard for him to mark both players, and for that maybe even Ibrahimovic doing more defensive duties would help. So I personally am going to go out on a limb and put myself out there and say that United might actually win this 2-1, but I also think it's possible that it ends 2-all and United go through on away goals. At least that's what I hope will happen. But like you said, once the game starts, you don't know which way it's going to go. But Goran, before I let you go, I want you to tell sort of our viewers and our subscribers about sort of a little bit about AC Milan Sweden and your journey with the sort of fan club and with sort of how this came about in a sense.
Well, as any other fan club, everything is based on. Uh, I mean, everybody works for free, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Everybody works because it's our passion.
Absolutely.
We have, we are organized and we are officially recognized by AC Milan in Milano. Uh, we have our own uh, page on Facebook and our homepage, and we have a podcast. Uh, it's so we have a chairman and vice president and vice president, and we have everything. And I mean, because this is do we do this in our spare time, and we have a lot of ideas and a lot of plans, but it will take time to make them come through, because not not everybody can do and can work every day or every week, because life itself has limits.
Absolutely.
So, but I'm proud of being a part of that family. I'm proud of that country
Hmm.
where the bigger part of the population is pro England, because Sweden is so old in English football. It's
Hmm.
since the 50s.
Hmm.
So that a small country as Sweden can produce five, six, 700 members
Hmm.
uh, to an Italian club. That is a great accomplishment in my eyes.
Absolutely, Goran. I think you've hit the nail on the head almost. And I mean, I also might say that it's not just sort of the AC Milan family. We're all part of the wider sort of footballing family. Like we said before we started this video, it's a wonder that I'm sitting here in India supporting an English club. You're sitting there in Sweden supporting an Italian club, and we're doing this video right now. I think it's marvelous, and subscribers from all over the world get to watch this. So it's fantastic, and I laud the work you all are doing in Sweden, and I appreciate that you took time out to come out and come on our channel and talk to us. And hopefully, we can somehow come on your podcast one day if it's in English, of course. So thanks so much, Goran. Thank you. Thanks a lot for AC Milan Sweden. Do check them out. The links are in the description. Like I said, if you're from Sweden, do join them. If you're not, do follow them on Instagram. And we'll see you all soon with another video. Subscribe to our channel as well. Show us some love. Thanks for watching and see you soon.